Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Boozer here. So today's video, I want to talk about my Fire Knight Hard 10 team. Recently, I've been running Fire Knight Hard 6 because Hard 6 is actually 100% for me. I just today actually rebuilt my Fire Knight Hard 10 team and I've been running it a little bit. And so far, it has been 100%. So I want to show you guys the team that I put together for you guys. It might not be something that is easily accessible for many people. And it might not be something that is actually new for a lot of people, but I want to go over my own progress in this game. So I want to show you guys the team. So stay around for that. And hopefully some of you guys will find it informative or interesting. Will help you guys build your own team. So Fire Knight Hard 10 here. I just did a minute 40. It's not particularly fast. It's not particularly optimized, but it's a pretty good time for myself. This is the team here. There's many variations of this team. It's usually 2 ally attacks with reset Kymar plus at least 1 nut. And then if you don't have the second nut, there's actually a couple replacements for second nut. You could use this new champion called Neldor. Neldor has a lot of turn meter control against Fire Knight. He's actually a pretty specialized Fire Knight champion. And he also brings decreased speed, which helps some of the gear requirements against him. Some of the speed requirements, sorry. But he's a great champion for it. You could also use another champion, Zinagir. Zinagir actually works really well against Fire Knight as well. So similar type of team, double ally attack with 1 knight and a Zinagir. Actually works pretty well. Sorry, another champion that works well that I've seen is also blah 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 blah. She's not here. Sorry. Where is she? There she is. Ruella. Ruella is actually really solid, right? She brings a triple hit A1. She has the decreased speed and then the weakened decreased defense as well. And then she has a turn meter boost on her A3. Just a really solid champ. She can be used as a DPS. Also speeds up your team. Just helps your team do more damage and more speed. So if you guys are interested in those substitutes, definitely check them out. I would suggest Hell Hades team optimizer for some teams regarding those ones. But this is the team that I have going on. Would be the fastest version. There are substitutes for the ally attackers. So you could use Longbeard. I've used Longbeard on my... I have Longbeard on my account, so I've used him as well. The other substitute would be Cardio. Cardio also can be substitute as well. He brings a speed aura, which is really helpful. So I can show you guys Cardio. He brings a speed aura, which is really helpful for just hitting your speed thresholds. So he brings the 19 speed aura, very nice. He has the 4-turn ally attack with the crit damage, crit rate. Very, very nice champion. But for me, I have Lei Mikage. She is in my usual arena build. So that's what I like about this team is that I didn't really have to change this team from any other team that I have. That's one of the big things playing fully free to play is that I don't want to change the gear on my champions. I want them to be used in many different areas. So if you guys follow my team building progression through this game, all my teams use the same champions in the same builds, and they all do them extremely endgame at endgame speeds and pace. So if there's a team that's maybe like 5 seconds faster, but I have to build a completely new team, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to make one champion that fits into many teams and still produce great endgame results. So here I got my arena Mikage. Lonathro I did have to build just for this one purpose. I like the Lonathro more than Longbeard because he does bring AoE damage. He has an AoE attack, which is really solid. And then obviously Kymar. Kymar is probably the hardest one. If you have a Kymar, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You use him in so many different areas. What do you put him in? What speed do you put him in that actually works for all areas? For me, I'm fortunate enough to have... this Kymar basically work as is in all my teams. But I'm pretty sure it was a deliberate attempt on my part to make him that way. But we can talk about that in another video. But Kymar's here. In terms of a reset substitute, I don't think anything else would really work. You need the full reset from Kymar. Yeah, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure what the you could use like Renegade. Renegade's not a good substitute, but Kymar would be the best for sure, and he would be one of the limitations of this. So Kymar, one nut is for sure, 2 ally attackers, and then you can probably piece together the 5th member. But let's show you guys a quick run here. I'll show you guys how it works, and I'll go over the gear and presets afterwards. So here we just open with the ally attack with the increased damage boost. AoE, AoE, AoE. So there you go. Things are starting to drop now. It's okay that it gets an attack. It seems like even if they attack, my team doesn't really take too much damage or die or anything like that. The chances of this team dying are like extremely low, just from what I've seen. They do get random attacks here and there, but it doesn't really jeopardize the team. That makes me think that the team can be optimized further. Definitely can be geared better. So I can definitely improve on this team. I'm not too worried about it. And with the first couple runs being so good, yeah, I'm definitely not worried about trying to optimize further for another maybe 10 seconds off or something like that. So you see here, we got about a minute. That's a bit slow heading to the boss. Usually it's about 50, 57, 56 seconds, 58 seconds. Usually after the first ally attack goes down to 12 stacks, maybe 11, depending on Phantom Touch. And then after the second one is usually down to 2. At this point, I'm going to use the big bash, start dealing some damage in. The bash, reset. And then my Mikage is fast enough to get the second ally attack in, and then the turn meter starts dropping. Lonathra will also come in with the second ally, third ally, fourth ally attack, I guess, and bring down the turn meter down to full. And here comes the bashing. And then that's it. So that's going to be my best time, 1 minute and 40 seconds, 40 turns, 63 points. Like I said, I can definitely do a little bit better once I start optimizing some of the builds for more damage, or the AI to properly space out some of the attacks. All right, so I'll quickly show you guys the AI and the team breakdown here. The Mikage, just turn off her metamorph. If you leave this on, she actually does transform, which is kind of funny. So open with her ally attack, turn it off. Round 2, I turn off the ally attack because there is a chance that she uses it at the wrong spot, and then she won't have it available for round 3 against the boss. Round 3, you open with the ally attack. She won't get a chance to use another move if the run goes smoothly. Lonathra, same kind of idea, except I turn off the ally attack here, and then I use the AoE instead. And then I use the ally attack on the second round, and then turn it off. There is a risk here. If you somehow go through the second round really, really fast, then the ally attack won't be ready for the boss encounter. So you could possibly, if you find yourself killing the waves too fast, you could probably use the ally attack here instead, and then keep it off for round 2, just so you can have it up for round 3. All right. So that's going to be the things you have to look out for. Right now, it works perfectly fine for me. It gives my team a little bit of extra crit damage for round 2, and he gets it up ready for round 3. Kymar, just turn off his CO. Turn off his CO, and then open with the CO. That's about it. I mean, his A1s do a little bit more poison against both waves, kind of. The sleep is kind of useful sometimes, but it's not really speed tuned so that you sleep immediately before the enemies take a turn or anything like that. It's not really speed tuned that way, so I just leave them both on, and then just reset for the boss only. So nut, I have him doing whatever on A1. I have 2 nuts. One of them is faster by 1 speed, C1 287, 286, and they both just kind of do whatever on round 1. Both of them will do the A2 first, so the AoEs really wipe out the wave. On round 2, same kind of idea. They just kind of do whatever. And then round 3, both of them will open with the bash. As you can see, usually after the second ally attack from Lonathra, the shield will be down to 2. So the first nut will go in with the big bash for 2 hits, but then the third hit will actually deal some damage to the boss because the shield's already down. And then the second one will deal his big bash to the boss as well, chunking off a bunch of health from him. And then afterwards, Kymar, who's the slowest, 284, will reset, and then the process repeats itself. This time with both nuts going in for full damage with the Blessed Bash. So, my nuts actually I don't think my nuts hit for full damage. They hit about 510. I think you can hit for 580. So they're a little bit short on damage. So you can see my stats here. One is in lethal. I can show you guys the gear actually. That would be make more sense. Yeah, so here's my Mikage. She's in a full arena build, just fast. Accuracy, you don't need it to be that high. You also have Mikage in the lead, so she's an accuracy lead. So that kind of helps if your nuts are a little bit low in accuracy. Your nuts definitely need accuracy for this. She is only booked for her ally attack. She doesn't need to be fully booked, if that helps you guys. Masteries, just arena masteries. Like Kymar, he's actually in reflex. I use him for my Hydra team. So I don't ever want to change gear on my champions. That's kind of like my thing. Obviously, you don't want to waste silver doing that. But it's hard to find builds that work for all areas. So for me, this build works perfectly fine for all areas. He's in reflex. It works for my Hydra. He's at proper speeds for all my dungeon teams. He's crit capped, so he can actually land some poisons, do some damage. He's not like doing the most damage. He only has 112 crit rate. Like I've seen Kymars with 300 crit rate doing the Fire Knight Hard 10. So obviously he's not optimized fully for like damage or anything, but in this build he works perfectly fine. He works for all my dungeons. He works for my Hydra. I have the luxury of not using him for arena. If I needed him for arena, he would be in a much different build. Like his accuracy would be higher. He'd be faster. So I do have that luxury of not using him for arena. I know a lot of people will struggle with that. So you guys have to make a decision what you guys want to do with Kymar, if you guys only have one, of course. So here's my nut. One of them is in lethal. This one should damage cap against the boss. And then make sure you guys have enough accuracy if you guys don't have the accuracy lead. So 330, 340 is probably enough. I got 349 here. With the bonuses, with the bonuses, 365. Basic Giant Slayer masteries here. Fully booked, of course. Make sure you guys have Phantom Touch on whoever you can have Phantom Touch. They count as extra hits against the boss's shield. So it can be useful. At least it improves the consistency of the run. But this run is very consistent, to be honest. Here's Lanathro. He's kind of in whatever gear. But he's built for damage-ish. You see a little bit of damage here. He's faster than the two nuts. He's going second after Mikage. So that's kind of all you really need from him or your ally attack or your second ally attacker. Just make sure the two ally attacks go together, and then the two nuts, and then Kymar at the end. In terms of overall speed. Here's my last nut. He's actually in Relentless. I use both of these in various other teams as well, like Sand Devil, for example, Spider, for example. I use them both for Hydra. So they're just built ready for all levels of content. And yeah, same thing, Giant Slayer here, fully booked. No blessing on this guy, unfortunately. All right, so back over here, you want to make sure that your team is set up in this way. So you want, you might not have Lei Mikage, she's pretty endgame, but whatever you have in terms of ally attackers, you want them both here, for example, in terms of placement. So for example, let's say you had Longbeard, so you put Longbeard here, and then you want your Kymar in the third spot, and then the two nuts at the end. Reason why is because when they ally attack into the boss's shield, they attack in this order: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They attack like that in that order. So sometimes the shield is down, and then you want your nut to basically connect on a unshielded boss. So for example, if you put your nut here and then you put Kymar here, now Kymar is going to land a poison, which is not impactful at all, right? So this is what you want. In terms of quick comment about the placement of your champions. We'll do one more run here, and then we can talk over the run one more time. Here we go. Sorry guys, a little bit under the weather, so. Okay, let's go. Ally attack in, AoE, AoE, AoE. Trying to find a better way to You know, if Lanathro was able to one-shot that Venus over there, then this Venus wouldn't be alive. So I probably need to just beef up Lanathro and then just be done with it. Lanathro is also not fully booked. He's only really booked on the ally attack. So, you know, this is not like a full all-out investment on this champion kind of thing. It's just enough to make him work. Like, he could have more damage on his A1. He could have faster cooldown on his AoE shield attack. So definitely could be optimized further. Yeah, he could be in a full damage build, but he's not. I'm not going to put like really good damage gear on Lanathro just for this one role here. He is mastered at least. So this was a minute 1, minute 2 to the boss. See how this goes. Okay, down to 12 stacks on the shield after first. After second should be down to 3. It's down to 3. All right, so I'm going to squeeze the extra bash in there. And then got the relentless proc. That might actually slow things down. It's not necessary for the relentless proc there. The boss needs to resist a lot for this to fail, to be honest. So far it looks really, really strong. So as long as, yeah, 581 is the cap. It looks like that's it. Minute 43. So very consistent. Yeah, the extra hit there was due to the relentless proc, obviously, but very consistent run so far. Very happy with this team, especially considering that I didn't really have to change anything on it. I think I changed a crit damage amulet for Prince Kaimar, and then that's about it. But yeah, overall super happy with this team. Hopefully this video helps out some of you guys, give you guys some ideas for your own team. I know this team has probably been seen and probably tired of just because it requires 2 nuts for this level of efficiency. But you know what? It is what it is. It's a super endgame team. It's as fast as you can. You know, one of the very fast and consistent runs that you could have on this team. It's one of the hardest dungeons as well. It hasn't been really solved since the nut fusion, right? Before that, it was actually extremely difficult to get really fast. So nut has been an absolute savior for this dungeon and other dungeons as well. So anyways, guys, that's it for this video. Appreciate you all. Hopefully you guys got something from it. And let me know in the comments below what you guys are running for Fire Night Hard 10. And then I'll see you guys in the next video.